I just kind of trusted you yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it's always worked. But yeah, they did recently update that again, and I just forgot because it was such a big patch. But I think that's another reason why we see so much Helm of the Dom.
Yeah, they ran over lane and they just, you know, kick you out of the map wherever they go, you know. So right now it's difficult.
Whoa. This is incredibly aggressive. Armel does not have a Torrent or an X mark, so they got to get the damage in.
Blink
Jadwell leaping on forward in the second Starstorm. Oh, the Starstruck Facet collects the kill there as CML avoids the Torrent here. Armel.
Oh, is he going to get the
second kill on the Ringmaster and the perfect deny.
All right, Corp's going to get this is huge for her.
Level 6. It's an Arcane Rune as well. You may be motivated to take this point in the Sonic Wave. However, in the river, the supports are bullying a Clown. Got this escape back here ready to go. Lewis makes the jump on over. Sonic Wave skill point has been taken, so he's going to commit that now onto Tim's. Foul play will save his life for a mere second as the Boar Poison, Microd from the top lane, nearly enough for the kill onto CML.
Oh,
John Wells going to have to run into the roshan. Oh, the whoopee cushion. Ah, bad kitty. Ah, that cat's going to get him. Nice lead, though.
Just like so annoying, like the strongman tonic buying them so much time. And now General, he is out of lead, so the kitty is gonna get punished here.
No jumping on the roach.
He is around 300 gold ahead of the Queen of Pain, so I don't think he actually cared that much, you know, against the Shadow Strike.
Bottom, Tim.
Oh,
gonna come through the twin gate. Foul play will catch up. They've actually got wards on the exact same spot here, and yeah, CML is gonna realize it now. Go for a quick B ward.
Yeah, and we are back up here inbound. Armel wants to make the first move to kill the Pango before he has Rolling Thunder.
Let's get that done, Armel. Oh no, the creep. It's gonna be the bodyguard here. It's not gonna matter. The flag bearer creep tanking the arrow, but the damage too high out from Armel. Very nicely timed rotation, as you said, Winter, right before level 6. But
it's gonna be hard for you to pressure the side lanes now, knowing that the Queen of Pain has a haste rune. When Queen of Pain has a haste rune, everybody is like on high alert, you know.
Ooh, nice arrow there, Zhao. Does he have the auto attack damage? Absolutely. Well played. Tino leaps in. He's just shy of level 6 now. Just needs what? 15 experience, 25 experience. That kill really making a difference there. They're going to go for an X-Mark play onto Lewis. A ton of damage here. They don't have a boat, but Tim's ready with the Shackles and the Hex if they needed it. There's going to be... Was that the Hex? It was. That's Shackles now here onto Palos. Armel doesn't have a whole lot of lockdown, though. And here come the Execration supports, eager for revenge. Are they going to see Palos?
They're going to have to bring their numbers to defend here. Pango needs to come for this fight if they want to defend.
Fantastic warding. Palos. Oh no, Palos. He's going to run right into this gank. There's a roar ready. TP's responding up from Execration to the tower. Sonic Wave buying Palos a good time, but the combo, it's just too strong. They're into the Torrent and the boat. He goes down. Tino letting loose the Rolling Thunder, running after Jabs. They've got detection there, but they take him down even through the Moonlight Shadow. A 1-for-1 trade. But a death there onto the Clinks. Not a hero, Winter, who wants to be falling behind early.
Nope, not at all. You know, Clinks, you gotta be on the front foot. You gotta be on the gas, you know, pressuring your opponents. And now Boom
once again stepping on the gas.
Yeah, Boom is once again pressuring and stepping on the gas. You know, they're gonna kill this tower.
Into X. Wheel of Wonder's pretty good. Didn't catch Armel, but it doesn't look like it'll matter. They tried to deny him, but actually looked pretty close there.
They got the tower, right? Yeah, they got the tower, at least.
Execration, you saw them smoke, try and find a fight down bottom. They're going to be forced to try and fight into this, and they're far too late to contest the Roche. Aegis now into the inventory of Armel. Shonwell removing the vision. Lewis, he's got himself a Blade Mail, still looking for a fight, but it's going to be the Rubik caught first and killed by the boat.
That's
the Hex, they actually catch Lewis here into the roar. Fantastic save from CML. They're on the escape back. Buys Tino some space and time to get in there with the Rolling Thunder, but where's the damage going to come from? Okay, a regen running for the Quap allows her to stay in this fight. Jabs trapped onto the cliff. You're forced to stare into the Wheel of Wonder as Palos is able to join the fight. He snipes Tim's down. Jackie, though, in exchange, takes down Palos as Lewis eventually able to find that harangued Jabs Beastmaster. A 2-for-2 trade.
And Jabs he got a little bit unlucky. I don't know if you saw in the team fights. He got bounced. He almost got bounced down the cliff because he was trying to stand on the edge. But meanwhile, Lewis...
Wait,
oh no, we've seen this like so many times already.
Do they have enough though? I'm not sure. Armel, oh, the chicken fingers, was
he's
it?
dead.
No, that was regular Hex. Whoa. Tim's actually hit him with a right click, bro. The blink dagger Tim's.
Hex duration is so helpful. It can be between your teammate coming over on time or the target just running away.
Check this out. They're going to try and defend top as well. Armel, Moonlight Shadow gives him cover, so he actually does manage to collect here onto Palos. Palos jumps away, doesn't take damage to the float, but still stunned up, I believe, by the arrow of John Well.
Yeah,
Shanks, I think he was daring. His team was running through gate to reinforce him, so I think he was like, I dare them to. You know, he's tank, 2300 HP, and now Tino. Tino, what do you got against this, man? Stolen Torrent is pretty darn good. That's just a good start now with the Wheel of Wonder to follow up. Tino, 20 HP, gets up the Rolling Thunder. Can they do anything else? They did kill Jackie. The Sonic Wave, I think, caught him off guard. Tino, he's trapped here in a spot that I've never seen, but the fight's still looking good, especially with the Stolen Serpent Awards now. That's going to be the Aegis. Armel respawning in the middle of all these Serpent Awards, but he's still fighting through it. He'll be able to get the kill onto Lewis, but he struggles to escape the mass Serpent Awards as Tino, just living here on that 20 HP earlier, managing to make a big difference in this team fight.
Shadow Sham wards there, you know, so he got two fantastic steals, the Torrent and the wards.
Okay, but in trouble now this time. It's going to be Lewis. No opportunity to blink away. There was an arrow even after him. Yeah. Observer mid lane. Doesn't see quite much. Now they see Palos. Lewis joins the smoke just in the nick of time not to get caught under the ward.
Palos has BKB, by the way, so he is not an easy target.
Butterfly Morphling, though. Can they kill him in this fight? The initiation on his CML trying to get rid of the box save. They force it to use it on himself as Tim still alive here. Gets off a short shackles onto Palos, but it's going to be quickly canceled there by Lewis. So Palos gets off the BKB, and now he's on the run. Stolen shackles here from Shanks as Palos kiting them out. Jabs, he's going to go down after the BKB wears off as Shanks dying to the Ancient Black Dragon. Still a half good fight, though.
But I don't even feel like he needs to, you know, as long as he's around his Kanka with the bolt to protect him.
He's going to try and pick up the DD rune, but he's hit by this X-Mark Torrent combo. The Spark save is really good. It's Armel trying to just face tank everything, but they find the roar. They find the roar to Palos, but they can't kill him off. The Sonic Wave saves him from death as he, with the BKB, runs back on out. Jackie's getting controlled here with the Butterfly. He's killed off. And now Jabs is minced to meat behind. Armel gets chased down. He actually dies to the damage over time by Lewis.
Oh yeah, 50% more effective. Lotus.
Big Lotus. But he doesn't have foul play for another minute and a half as he's going to be picked up. Oh no, by the spotlights, the searchlights illuminating him. As Tim somehow avoids the Sonic Wave, he'll be fine for now. Jackie, he's going to get stunned a second time. No, he gets off the BKB, and look at the damage he has into Tino. The roar is going to be committed, but the box save again from CML. They keep forgetting about the clown. Doing their due diligence here, setting up vision. Shanks is going to eat a little arrow there, trying to be a bit too bold. He's underneath the ward, but the Sonic Wave, I think that's going to be onto Armel. Armel's just running in with the BKB. Once again, they're going to be aiming for Shanks, but this time Tim's, he finds the Ringmaster. Armel trying to get the damage in, but they still get off that Wheel of Wonder. That's going to interrupt Tim's, who has had his Mass Serpent Ward stolen, but it's still a big kill there, actually. Jackie, who was it? Palos.
Palos,
he dies
he
there to
went in too far.
Jabs.
Yeah, he went in too far, and I think the Ringmaster got stopped by someone else, so he couldn't save him. Oh my god, how the tables have turned right away. Okay, he's regenerating now.
They reduced the lift duration on creep, so he does get a little bit of regen there, but that's Satanic on cooldown for 20 seconds. Tier 3 tower goes down. Man, he is ripping through these racks. Tino has got to do something about it, so they're going to jump on in. The control pretty flawless there on the first life. BKB slotted in. Rum Buff is not going to connect either. Rolling Thunderstun is perfect now for round 2, but Jabs on the jump in. Again, the save from CML, but this time Jackie, he's in. Oh, and the roar. They actually find Palos. This time the box isn't there to save him. He doesn't have buyback. Boom Esports. They're into the high ground now as Jackie morphing into the Queen of Pain, blinking in aggressively onto the Tier 4 towers. He says, look, Palos, I can do it too. But instead, he's going to go for the Megas. The Tier 3 tower's already down there. That's Megas. Where did those Eric's go down? That must have been Tim being a little sneaky lad. All of a sudden, Winter, the game looks so good. Jackie, he avoids the Sonic Wave. The box save again. The box save again. But Execration still getting caught as Tim's gets his hands onto Shanks. Armel pops the BKB. Jackie fighting versus everyone, seems basically unstoppable as Tino needs to swashbuckle back into the fountain. Ball back now on Shanks, but what can they hope to do into Jackie? No BKB, no Aegis, no Satanic for 4 seconds. Can they take him down? No. There's just not enough control. They need the Clinks in this fight, but he's out for still 30 seconds. No buyback. He bought out. Sonic Wave onto the 2 supports. Not half bad. Armel is going to be kept alive with the counter initiation. Jabs finds a roar, and Jackie there to do the damage. Goodbye, sir, he says. Tim's still alive. There's that foul play here as Lewis eventually gets the kill. But here's Jackie now back to support his team. Lewis doing whatever he can as Tino, he buys back. Another Rolling Thunder is ready. That's another kill here for Lewis. 1 core killed at the very least. Execration could go down the mid lane here. There's a tier 4 tower down and one on very little HP. Palos here avoids that arrow. He does not have buyback, but he does have a Daedalus, so a ton of physical damage. Tier 4 tower down, Ancient exposed, still no buybacks. Boom! Not blinking here quite yet. In goes Jackie now. The torrent does connect onto 2, but the box save is there to make sure Jackie doesn't get the quick kill here onto Palos. Lane still in a pretty healthy position here, but that's an arrow. That's an arrow. Tino, he's just brought back. Nullified, no box for him. He's put into a casket into the ground, and Palos is going to join him. Jackie gets the kill there, and that's just got to be it, Winter. They get 2 heroes, no buybacks. Here they go, slaying Execration out of this first game as the GG is dropped. Boom Esports will take game number 1 here in the lower bracket semifinals.
Yeah, in the end, they were able to finish off the job. Like after that shaky mid game, you know, they had a really, really good early game. I would say very close to perfection in the early game from Boom. They played the lanes well.
And in this kind of game, the kill score I want to point out, because Execration just needed it to be a little higher, was Paolo 6, 6, and 6, right? I don't think it's like his fault necessarily. I think Boom Esports just kind of played very well around him.
Yeah, it was kind of
that's a troubling scoreline.
The nature of the game when his teammates were kind of... So it's a TA carry with a Naga, range hero in Naga. The laning setup is going to be better. Monkey King into the Lash is a very interesting lane. I think we've seen this before. Could be very, very volatile, you know. Lash and Monkey, the Kanka kind of fell slightly behind, but not too big of a deal. That's a very, very small fault. Shackle here.
Got him. Jabs. Thinking about trying to turn on a Palos. They'll get through those refraction charges, but he's hit by that meld. Debuff, still trying to right-click through it. His does not have the damage. Tim's, he's trying, but another meld is not going to be good enough. It should allow at least CML to get the trade, and indeed it does. CML, the big winner there, is up top lane. Tino with that double ion shell. Oh no! Pays the price. The Tidebringer cleave, and the damage over time ticks him down. And Jackie may be able to find a second. Another X, another Tidebringer, and he's gonna live. They needed one more auto attack, and Jackie would have fallen to the resin, but he's okay.
Yeah, he probably wants to die now. Yeah, Tia and Naga, very, very good trade somehow in the bot lane, you know. Killing the Doom first before the TA dies.
2. Down bottom, Jabs behind the tower. Eager to try and get through Palos, who's got another meld in a second, and most importantly, a Bat Rider now ganking from the lane. There's that big reel in. Back under the tower, but John Wells also joined the fray. The refraction charges back up, buying him precious time, but precious seconds only. He will still drop. However, CML, he's going to come out of this very high levels. 8 stacks of that napalm. CML stays alive. Shanks, with a key rotation, nets himself a double kill. Radiant did use a glyph here at some point, so that's on cooldown for the moment. So Armel has an opportunity to maybe play a little bit more aggressively. But right now, his attention is focused onto just clearing the car. Up top lane, Jackie summons that boat. Tim's running. We'll be able to get into range with the shackles to guarantee the kill there onto Tino.
Will be granted if the Monkey King arrives there on time.
There's a little tree running through the tower. Careful here. He might actually look for a kill into Jabs first, actually. Jabs realizing, wait a second, that's a Radiant tree coming from the Dire side. What's happening here? But it's too late. They set up the kill, and he will go down. On the other side of the map, though, the Hydralisk invading.
It's definitely going to come into play, you know, at some point. This early level 6, 8-minute rune. Lash wants to get himself on the haste.
Stacking Radiant Ancients to see if that works out, because first there's a fight in the river over the possible rune spawn. It's actually down bottom, but still the Wukong's command doing the damage, finding the kill onto Armel. Monkey King stays alive. In fact, he jumps on over. That changing of the guard facet allows him to avoid
with the mirror image in games, just like that, you know, Execration. They are definitely getting carried, you know, by their supports in this game.
They're doing their job, you know, and they're doing a good job of it, which we love to see. Xmark into Torrent, but boat's not quite yet ready, so Lewis continuing to fight through this one. There's the first wall of replica of the game. Will not save the life of Shanks, however, as Armel has already that max edict, as you'd expect, and that is going to tear through pretty much everyone this game for the next 10 minutes. For now, though...
Meanwhile, you were saying Conker was stacking the enemy. Jungle,
well, no, Tim's was stacking for them, actually. There's the surprise jump onto Jabs now. They were just waiting for Shanks to close the gap so they could drag him back in with the lasso.
Level 6.
Yeah.
Have an impact on the game when it goes long, you know. Do you have the right heroes in the dangerous places, you know? Who is more likely to die and who is allowed to die? You know, you have to get that sorted out.
Conscious play. Okay, they just took the lasso even without the bling. Boundless strike onto 2. Vacuum is huge. They catch 3 heroes. Match the Venomancer already dead. He did get off that ultimate. The Doom is onto the Naga, so there's no Song of the Siren reset here. And even if they surge her, she will still tick down to the damage over time. Nice Hurricane out from Jabs to get his ally out of a pinch. But Shanks up on the high ground. He needs some support now. He's still going to drop. However, Armel with a heavy commitment blinked in. Palos keen to punish that one.
That was a huge blunder. He initially blinked him and he didn't cast any spells because he thought the bat was going to die to the right clicks from the wards. And then I think he survived by with a stick or something, some small little health burst. And then he had to turn around to cast his spell to finish the bat, but that gave TA enough time.
Jabs, Blink Dagger. He is going to be scouted. He sees that Roche falling low.
Yeah, that's a Shiva's got on Doom.
Oh, Wukong's command is set up, and that's because Lewis, he scouted John Noel. John Noel spits at him with the Noxious Plague. Boat is going to connect onto him as they force out that pipe. Lewis, I think he dodged it, though, with the change into the guard as the Song is out. And look who they've caught. Armel and Tim's both blinking in, both trapped inside of the snakes. Set up for a 2-man Boundless, but you can see Lewis still slowed to a crawl here. Tim's able to eventually leave as up to the high ground goes Jabs. He finds the Doom on Palos. The back wall is not going to be enough to save as Jackie cleaves through both CML and Palos. John Noel eventually with the kill onto Lewis. As this fight, it's gone so well for Boom.
Yeah, they managed to, I think, attack on 2 fronts there, creating a diversion with the initial jump from the Lash and the Shaman.
No, I mean, you're right, though. You're all right. Well, it's going to be a bit of a lead, but ever since losing that Roche fight, Boom in a slightly more commanding position here. 25 minutes in, we're nearly tied, 16-15 as far as kills, but it's that 5K lead that makes a big difference, especially when it lets you double blink on in for this kind of initiation. No chance for the Doom, and Shanks is actually saved by the back wall. What a counter initiation. They've doomed now the Darkseer, but this fight, it looks so good. Palos just able to stand his ground and pump in the damage. He's taken down Armel. Jackie's going to be a bit late. CML buys back here. They're hoping to chase down for one more. And Palos, with the blink forward, might be able to get that done. Jabs, he's going to force the BKB out from Lewis as he's been jumped here. But it seems like Armel still kiting out a bit here by Palos. Yeah, I think actually Jabs, is he going to? No, okay, another vacuum. That's going to be.
Oh, he might leave.
Oh, this is awkward. What? What?
How? No, that's not Nightfall. Nightfall wouldn't have let it come so close, you know. He's very safe. He would have chipped it out earlier, you know. He wouldn't have tried to go for the kill on the Shaman.
Lewis, he showed on the wave. Armel thinks he can take the fight to him, and he just might be right. BKB on cooldown for 20 seconds, and Lewis can do nothing as Jabs will make it a 2-on-1.
And the last fight, it was a vacuum into a nice boundless strike from Lewis. So without the dagger, that is the only 2 ways they can initiate the fights. And I'm not going to be counting on the surge on the back rider running in. You know, I think with his build, he's going to want to stand behind and right click.
Oh, nice try there, trying to spill him down. Giles going to turn, spit on them, but eventually he's going to go down.
But Boom, they are on the hunt. They don't care if the Venom is down. Is this going to haunt them?
1-5, Jackie, he's going to kick things off the back wall. Does catch 2 actually, but the jump, it's better. It's better. Jabs, he catches them out as the tidal wave doesn't quite force Lewis out of the Wukong's command. Suddenly, Armel, who has, by the way, an Ag Scepter, he's still alive. Palos jumps in, but the foul play saves Tims from dying for only a moment as he cleaves him from the low ground. Another tidal wave to try and cover his TP away. The melt strike, the right click damage, it's enough.
Yeah, that was That was a bad move there in the end.
Ooh. I was close on the Armel as well. Trying to push, bro. I don't know about all this.
Hey, dude, their lineup is like so slow.
You know, the back wall onto 2. They've nearly already killed Tims. And Roche, he's coming out to fight as well. Tino gets the kill onto Tims there.
Oh my god, what were they trying to do? They didn't even commit the serpent once. They did nothing, and their heroes can't really kill Roche.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what the move was. And still again, Winter, we're going to fight 4 versus 5. There's a buyback now on the Shaman. He's going to commit it, but they poke and prod, and they don't find anything here. The counter initiation, and they're just going to wait out that edict.
They're going to kill the Shaman.
No.
Look at
they know where he is. They're running right in from Lewis and Tino this time around. The foul play saves him for a second, Winter, but he's dead again. A dieback on the Shaman, and boom. They're still trying. Look at these guys. In they go. X-Mark on the Tino. Mile in the pit as well. He's holding on to that Nihilism.
Oh, good song. Very good song.
Yeah, it's going to burn out that Nihilism duration as they look to try and set up for some damage onto Armel. Armel getting body blocked by these illusions. He's up to the high ground. The vacuum puts him all in range here of Palos. Palos has to BKB. Jabs blinks in, but Palos blinks away. There's going to be the kill onto Armel. The Monkey King doomed up. He will die in the fountain even if he makes it out alive. But how about the rest of Boom? Jackie, a tidal wave, but he is going absolutely nowhere in this fight as CML brings him on back to Palos. The right clicks eventually get the job done. Wow. And I mean, all Execration, look, they're all just farming behind it. CML, he's saving for buyback, obviously, but he does have enough money if he chooses.
Bro, his team is camping in front.
Oh no, Palos, what is going on? Okay, there's going to be the song, but they have BKBs. Can Palos escape? Going for the TP on out. He is going to make it out alive. CML, he's going to have to sacrifice himself for this. He's pulled back by the X.
He has to sacrifice and offer himself to Boom because his carry Bat Rider or carry wannabe Bat Rider is farming jungle bottom.
Here we go though. Smoke move out. They do find Armel. Armel's in a bit of trouble. Nullified inside the Wukong's command. Support is far from him. He is left to die in the mid lane. Dead for 90 seconds. No buyback. Uh-oh.
When you're siege.
It's going to allow your siege bat push. It's got cheese for now. Dude, why are you laughing? This is real. Okay, the Doom. They do catch Palos here. He's got Aegis. Look at the Siren to reset here. But they did immediately refresh here for the Doom. He doesn't have mana actually for another Doom. Back wall on the floor! Into the Boundless Strike! The Tidal Wave's gonna pull them all in! It's a little bit of an awkward fight. The second vacuum immediately! It's a madness here on the high ground. Jackie actually still living through everything as 3 buybacks come through. Armel's respawn, but Tino, he's picked up the triple kill in this fight. He throws down 2 walls, makes an X mark, and nobody died.
Man, look at the team fight, man. I see the Venom ulti bouncing around, the vacuum, the wall, everything in the middle, Wukong's command.
What do they have now for round 2? They have vision on CML. They're going to try and take him down, but it's Tims in trouble. Tims with the dieback. 5 versus 3. They can buy back here on the Kunkka, but here's the Siege Bat. Look at him go. Oh, my lord. Oh, the humanity. Move aside, Paolo. Step aside. In goes Armel. Lewis, actually, he did not Boundless Strike out. He didn't have the shard toggled on. He's kind of trapped up here on the high ground. Jabs jumps on in. They need a little bit more damage. There's the Outworld Staff, and there's the first life on the Aegis. A vacuum into another wall. It's a good fight set up now as Jackie, having bought back, will tidal wave a few heroes back up to the high ground, but Lewis, he's back to full confidence as Palos jumps the backliners. Another Wukong's command is out. Jackie needing to run from that extra ring. Does make it out successfully. A 5 versus 3. Boom. Whittled down to just the 3 cores, but how will they stop the siege? Look at Shanks go. He's 3-shot your barracks.
He's the arsonist, you know. Look at that.
Oh my goodness. What do you do against this? What do you do? The tidal wave pulling him back in, but guess what? He still has lasso. Stunned up through the BKBs, the nihilism, but Armel, he's nullified immediately by Lewis. Another Wukong's command thanks to the refresher as CML hits the reset now with that Song of the Siren. The Doom onto Tino. It's not going to do enough. Boom Esports crumbling on the high ground defense. Shanks, never doubt the Bat Rider. Always go Moonshard on your support bats, folks. It's going to get you the TI here as Execration. They will move on to game number 3 in this series.
they don't really get any good team fights going for them, you know. I know I mentioned going into a late game they have Doom, but if you can't get the Dooms off, you know, on the right heroes, then it doesn't really matter, you know, in the late game, you know. So Boom's last pick kind of solidifies the whole draft with Aura, so they're gonna try to build a very solid and stable draft here. Darkseer with Auras, with Kunkka, Phoenix teamfight, CK with the initiating.
You're right.
Yeah, I think overall, if you are Execration, you're kind of happy with what Tino is getting from this lane. You know, it's 1v2. You don't really expect to get up too much. Anything better than this is already quite difficult to achieve. He's gonna die at minute 5, but this is eventually going to happen. Yeah. It's gonna be close, but probably not. And Jebs on the Darkseer has kind of recovered a little bit, but he's still in a pretty bad spot, and he's gonna die here. Yeah, he's dead.
Maledict, no way out of
and
that
Wisdom,
one.
Shrine. Uh-oh. Execration getting away with murder here, double shrines.
Yeah, maybe even the kill onto Tim's as well. He's got those those raindrops to be a little bit extra tanky. Wow, the bounce is there. The second bounce there onto Tim's. No luck there for him on the CK. He's going to go down for the kill onto Palos.
It doesn't matter who are they going to run into. Any kill is worth a lot at the moment.
They do have a boat, and they have an X. Shanks, he's going to be initiated on. Okay, he's turning with that Noxious Plague. Tino taking this opportunity to make the jump back on in, but Shanks lives Winter on less than 20 HP. He doesn't go down. Oh, Mel trying to TP away. He will be allowed to leave, so it's a swing and a miss from Boom. Oh no, but they will lose a kill.
Oh boy.
Nonuel, victim to the haste rune of Lewis. No outrunning that one.
Execration making a move this time with the Witch Doctor and the Void Spirit. Witch Doctor has his ulti up.
Look at this. I think they can kill him. And you know what? My God, they're right. With this Death Ward, it's pretty good damage here. This Maledict into the level 2 Sunray heal. I'm not sure if it's enough, Winter. I think he's dead.
For the last one. He's dead. Oh my God.
Oh.
Level 4 Maledict. So I think right now this is probably the best build to keep it at level 1, and then you just max your heal. And meanwhile, bot lane, another catch.
Smart. This would be a big kill on the Palos, and they will eventually get the job done and a lot of magic damage. Another quick Maledict though. Tim's doing his best to fight through this, but he is only a support CK. That was Supernova committed as well. Zhao is not going to really change the outcome of that fight. Might be promising here. Lewis is here alone, but he's got an Arcane Rune, Winter. He's going to have a lot of charges. Oh no, and a regen. All right, well, they're going to kick things off here. Let's see if they can get the job done. Armel does not have a boat, but he does have a Blade Mail. Lewis, will he be able to live through this? He's going to save the regen rune for now, but did commit 2 Spirit Siphons there. Nice catch by Tim.
He doesn't die though. If he could react initially.
Yeah, Jackie is the one who goes for that level 10 magic resist talent. He's got that plus 15%. Alongside his Vlads, he's slowly but surely becoming a bit more relevant in this game. Not sure if he's going to love running into this many heroes. Well, actually, it's the initiation first on a CML with the boat to follow up to chase Lewis out of the fight. CML is dead.
Look at the damage from
Lewis,
Hotspot.
X-Mark and the Hotspot. Supernova put down on the wrong side of the fight, though. Jabs, he's living a long time thanks to that pipe. Eventually, he's going to go down as Tino, a victim here to the stolen toss out of Jackie. Okay. In they go again, chasing for more. Jackie morphing back into Palos. Palos finds a 4-man avalanche, though. That's pretty meaty, but he just lacks the damage. All of a sudden, boom, it looks like potentially a 1-for-5 trade. Morphling shows up to fight. Morphling shows up with this Vlad. He shows up big in this game as Jackie with an ultra kill. This could be the turning point, Winter.
Neither wanting to give up an inch here in this Roshan area.
Lewis, positioned in these trees, kind of tucked away. Okay, he's going to reveal himself now with the Crypt Swarm, with the Stun Stone first onto Shanks. There's the initiation. Wow, Palos immediately bursts through Tim's, but Tim's going to buy back. The back wall onto 2. They've caught Tino, but he gets out the Dissemblate before he jumps back in again. He's dead instantly. He's got buyback. CML dying to the wall of replica illusions. He's got to retreat now, but with Voodoo Restoration, he'll be okay. Lewis, look at the physical damage. Gets out that exorcism here, holds on to that BKB, does not force a BKB charge out of any of these heroes, but Palos looking for the instant dieback, and he's got it. He's got it immediately down. A tidal wave, that's going to force the BKB now for Lewis. Jackie and Armel, BKB in response as Jackie running down this tiny Palos. He's going to go down. Tino doing as much damage as he can, but CML's down, and Jackie, he's killing them all. Tino, what can you do off of the buyback, my friend? It looks like not a whole lot as Jackie pumps him full of lead. An ultra kill for the Morphling. The patience pays off here for Boom. They will be rewarded at least with Roshan and a very firm foothold in game number 3.
And
they miss those auto tests, and they just don't hit egg very well, do they? This team, the toss back though. Jackie, Manta style. The back wall. It catches 4 heroes, but CML letting loose on the Death Ward. It's still not enough damage. And now with the Crimson Guard, the Auras, the Sunray Supernova, Lewis, he can do nothing. He's gonna go down. The Supernova's gonna pop. That's Shanks as well, as Jackie just jumps the backliners. He's deleted 3 heroes. He will lose that Aegis Winter, but it's a 2 versus 5. Forces the BKB out from Palos as the supporting staff. They will respawn. 15 seconds to try and hold, but Megas, they are inevitable. Boom. What will they do now? It's a vacuum onto 3 heroes, and the tidal wave into the boat. CML, he is still alive here somehow thanks to the voodoo switch through, but Jackie now picks up a triple. Tino cannot stand his ground. They try and fight for the Megas. They try and fight for a way back into this game. But the hope, it's leaving here for Execration. Boom Esports locking in for game 3, and they will not be leaving the high ground. Not without destroying this Ancient. Here we go, jabs, BKB, Lewis, he makes the jump into the vacuum, into the torrent. Lewis is actually still alive here, but how can they possibly win the fight, Winter? It's impossible. Jackie is godlike. Jackie will be sending Execration out of these TI qualifiers as Boom Esports get the 2-1 victory.
And they get their revenge, Richie. I think after the EWC qualifiers, they definitely had a much higher expectation on themselves. And I think before that, maybe not so much because they would consider themselves at least, the third best team in SEA.